have two similar figures here. We have the smaller triangle that we're going to call A, and then our bigger triangle is a similar figure to it, and we're going to call it B. And we're trying to find the missing side of B. What we're going to do is the first thing that we need to do is find the scale factor. So how much is A changing when we go to B? Well, how do we find the scale factor? The easiest way to think about it is to think about new over old. Okay, so A is going to be our old because that's the one we're starting with, and we're going to B because that's where our X is. So we're starting at A as our old, and B is our new. So the sides, we have to make sure that they are corresponding sides. So this side and this side are corresponding sides. We're going to use those to find our scale factor. Well, A is our old, and that side is 2. And B is our new, and the corresponding side is 5. So the scale factor is 5 over 2. Now, we can write that in a couple of different ways. We can do that 5 over 2. We can do that 2.5. Or we can think about it as a decimal as 2.5. Let's say you just really don't want to work with fractions. Well, then we could just do in the beginning 5 divided by 2, because that's what fractions are. It's just division. So that is our scale factor. I'm going to use the 5 over 2. Now, once we have our scale factor, we can find x, because 2 times 2.5 or 5 over 2 is 5. So we need to figure out what 4 times 5 over 2 is going to be. That's going to be 20 over 2 or 10. So this missing side right here has to be 10. Here's another example, and we're going to think about it the same exact way. I'm just going to call this one A and this one B. So remember, we're going to try and find the scale factor first by doing new over old. So we're trying to go from A to B, because 4 goes to 6 and that 9 goes to this X, and that's how we're going to figure out what X is. So A is our old and B is the new. So we're going to use the two corresponding sides that we have. We have 4 and 6. So our old is 4, goes on the bottom, and our new is 6, it goes on the top. So that's our scale factor. Now we can do 6 divided by 4 and get 1.5. 1.5. We can write it as a mixed number, or we can keep it as improper fraction. Simplified would be 3 over 2. All of these things are all the same thing. They're just written in different ways. So our scale factor is 3 over 2. And now we can take 9 and multiply it by our scale factor to find the missing side. 9 times 3 is 27 over 2. And then I'm going to turn that into a mixed number for my answer. 2 goes into 27 13 times, with 1 left over out of 2, or 13.5. Okay, so a quick summary. You find your scale factor by doing the new side divided by the old side. Once we find that scale factor, we multiply the side that corresponds to the missing side by the scale factor. So 9 times 3 over 2. And it gives us what that missing side is, which is 13 and a half.